very gratifying to be back home, to see Mexico. I spent 14 years as the head of the Federal Drug Enforcement in Mexico City, also another assignment in Texas, head of Arizona border here, and now it's good to be back to see the border again. I know it's safe here because we got you guys here, we got JD, and so I feel very comfortable being here to talk before all of you, dedicated citizens of the United States that want your voice to be heard. Shakes up Washington. JD, you know that. When the people speak, don't congressmen and senators get excited?
Oh, yes, Mr. Sheriff Joe Arpaio. We get excited and we make the right kind of changes.
And when they don't do it, bring the people out.
Goodbye, Gabby!
Are you from Boston? Well, you're wearing a Boston thing. Oh, I'm from Massachusetts, and you guys stole our Tea Party name. You stole the Minutemen. You're stealing everything from Massachusetts. You stole me, I guess. So I know how to solve the problem, JD. When you go to Washington, you'll be the only one that talks to me. I never have any U.S. senators. The president didn't invite me to the White House. He invites the sergeant that locked up the African-American professor, racial profiling. They invite him, he does. Why doesn't he invite me? I'm being investigated by his Justice Department for racial profiling. Should invite me. I'd be glad to talk to him. But it never happened. Never happened. But what we have to do to solve the problem, when I was in Mexico and Turkey and South America, my agents were operational. Operational. We did everything and more than the Army, the federales. We were out there operational, working undercover, gun battles, I can go on. And the Mexican government said, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being operational. So why don't we bring that policy back? Yeah. Why don't we put the Border Patrol across the fence on that side? Yeah. We'll clean up the mess in a month with the authority of the Mexican government. I'm not talking about invading Mexico. So why don't they use manpower, not just receive helicopters and technical equipment, bring the troops over there. Now, if the Border Patrol is too dangerous, then maybe the Mexican government will say, hey, bring your army over there. We'll work together with the Mexican army, and we'll get the problem solved. Together. Together. Of course, they don't want us over there. You know that because of politics and everything else. Sovereignty, I could go on. But we never had any problem. We always were operational. Agents. Always operational. So I think if they enlisted our support with all our expertise, our Border Patrol, our military if it's needed, to go over there, work together, send a message, get the job done, clean up all the violence, the drugs, and take care of the United States. Because they always blame the United States. If you didn't have the users, we wouldn't have the dope peddlers. And the government, our government agrees with that. If you didn't bring all the guns over to Mexico, there would be no violence. Guns come from everywhere. They don't just come from here. A government agrees with that too, our government. So it looks like, I don't know which side we're on, but you have to understand it is our neighbor, our neighboring country. Great relations throughout the years, but now we have a big problem, the drugs and the illegal immigration. So we're all down here at the border. I would hope sometimes you would be on Van Buren Street or somewhere in Phoenix, and you are demonstrating. But please, don't just say the border. Don't just say secure the border. That's a cop-out. Let's say lock them all up in the interior. You see, they don't want to say that. It's always put the pressure, put the heat on the border so they don't have to lock up those that have crossed the border and go into the interior of our country, being there illegally. Illegally, we ought to enforce those laws. state and federal. But nobody wants to do that. We do it. This sheriff's office, in 3 years, over 40,000 we have arrested, investigated, and detained. Over 40,000, just my little office, being the only law enforcement agency enforcing those other two laws, the human smuggling and the employer sanction. Thanks to Andy Thomas, who's now running for Attorney General, he would prosecute all our cases. The current guy tries to destroy it. I'm not going to get into politics, but we do have a good guy that's going to talk, Bill Montgomery. He's running for county attorney. I'm the law enforcement guy. I'm the chief law enforcement guy, the sheriff. Sheriff, under the Constitution, I take it very serious. But we also have to have help. When you lock people up, they have to be prosecuted. I can't prosecute. That's not my authority. I can lock them up, which we're doing anyway, even though the current county attorney is letting them out the back door. So it takes a team effort. It takes the senator, Congress, I can go, Justice Department, the whole world to work together. But it's never going to happen because this is all politics. You can tell it's politics, and that's why you're very important to get those politicians to do the right thing. I remember